Forget The Wild Robot or Inside Out 2. The animated feature film of 2024 has to be Latvian filmmaker Gint Zilbalodis Flow, an 85-minute film that's notable for what it does and it doesn't do. No talking animals. These creatures don't quip or sass back. They don't do anything other than the kind of sounds they would make in the real world. No strong narrative, only random events that would occur if it's a cat trying to survive a flooded world. No gag a minute pacing, the standard issue sop Pixar or Disney throws its kiddie audiences, presumably to keep their buttocks glued to their seats. To sum up, the film doesn't insult their intelligence. The animals act mostly like animals with a few stretches here and there, and the story follows accordingly, unfolding as quickly or slowly at the pace convincingly necessary to sell us the idea that yes, these are animals acting as animals, and yes, under the right circumstance, they would act this way when thrown together to survive in a sailboat. As for circumstances, it's still below this conceit that we don't know what happened and we're not likely to find out why. No one on screen can talk, and if they could talk, they couldn't probably explain why the world is suddenly without humans. The cat, tiny black kitten with huge topaz eyes, sleeps in a made bed in a house with a cracked window with floors that have been swept for a while. It's as if all the humans in the world had suddenly stepped out and about a week ago and haven't been back since. Equally intriguing are the traces of civilization, the cat statues all over the work table with wood shavings scattered everywhere. The cat statues in the front yard, and there's this giant cat statue on that hillside over there. You can see it over there. A giant stone arm stretches high overhead while the sailboat glides underneath. This desolation, this watery, flooded, bleak landscape recalls the disaster novels of J.G. Ballard. The way the ruins are described so lyrically, they speak to us louder than the predicament of the survivors. Same with the animals. The animals don't do with cute dialogue, but they don't act exactly like animals. It's interesting how the filmmakers work out their personalities. The cat's a cat, acts like a cat, standoffish like a cat, and is cute as a cat. The golden retriever, the one you see there, he's the friendliest, but he's not very bright. There's a lemur that you don't see, and he's kind of obsessed with trinkets. And the capybara over there in the distance, he's the laziest, but he's also the smartest, and probably the wisest of the lot, except for the secretary bird over there on the rudder. Between the secretary bird and the whale, what is that? It looks like a cross between a humpback and an ichthyosaur with extra fins and a lot of teeth attached. The two seem to have some kind of unspoken affinity with the powers that created this world. And if I wanted answers, I'd go check with them first. I don't think the lemur knows anything. Zilbalodis immerses us in this unknown, unknowable world, and we drink deep of its crystalline waters. Another mystery: how can floodwaters be so clear? And the unnerving silences and the ruins of faintly Mayan, faintly Cambodian structures standing on either side. We eventually come to know this band of disparate brothers, and we root for them to get out of one desperate scrape after another. We watch and wonder and on occasion mourn for something lost, not so much for ourselves as for the occasional creature that fails to keep up with the changing circumstance, the rising waters, the falling waters, which feel as merciless and implacable as the impassive stone statues that loom in the horizon, tantalizingly close, yet forever unreachable. And the film ends, and we have to shake our heads to clear them of the images that fill them. Was that really only 85 minutes? Was that just an animated film or some kind of virtual reality experience? You might want to take a moment to adjust to the so called real world. And you can't be blamed if you think to yourself that perhaps this world, at least for the few minutes you sit there, trying to recover, feels just maybe a touch little vivid, a touch more humdrum than usual. And I talk more about this film in my blog, Critic After Dark at blogspot.com. That's Critic After Dark at blogspot.com. Thank